Good Wednesday morning, friends. It's me, Terry Lambertson. And what I have for you for Wednesday and Thursday this week is one of my quick midweek mini-series on quick life lessons. Here we go. You can be mad without being mean. Yeah, one of my favorite sayings is, say what you mean, don't say it mean. Number 2, you are in charge of your body, and I am in charge of mine. Number 3, everybody's brains and bodies work differently, and that's okay. Number 4, how can this oops help us learn today? Yeah, when something goes completely off the rails, instead of staying in that, oh man, this is really horrible and bad, and something just hasn't gone the way that I wanted it, ask instead, God, what are you trying to teach me in this mess? God, what are you trying to teach me in this season? Every family has different rules. Every family has different rules. You know, one of the things that I love watching about my grandson is that he floats in between all these different households, okay? He's home with mom and dad. He spends 2 or 3 days a week in my house, and he spends 2 or 3 days a week in his other grandparents' house. And we all do things a little different. And he just goes with whatever house he's at. You know, he knows what he can do here. He knows what he can do there, and it's all okay. It's all good stuff. Next, we do not comment on other people's bodies. Yeah, this is becoming a real thing. You know, you don't mention somebody's too thin. You don't mention somebody is too fluffy. You don't ask somebody if they've lost weight or if they're pregnant. It's not your business. Next, you've already asked, I've already answered, sorry if you don't like the answer. It is what it is, friends. Next, don't yuck someone else's yum, okay? Here's a really good example of that. When I was about 17 years old, I was traveling through Europe, and I was in Scotland, and in every place we went, they took us to a national dinner. So we were in this castle, and they were doing this national Scottish meal. So they bring the haggis to the table. If you don't know what the haggis is, it's a bunch of different organs, meat, stuffed into a sheep's stomach, and it comes to the table on a big platter, and it's steaming and jiggling like Jello. Okay, you can already know where I'm going with this. I mean, it's pretty disgusting. And you know, you can't rain on everybody's parade, right? I was so grateful that they didn't put it down in front of me, and I just concentrated on other things that was on the table. But if somebody's really enjoying something, it's not okay for you to burst their balloon and say something like, that is disgusting, and I would never eat that. Okay, next. You do not have to be friends with everyone, but you have to be friendly. Okay? You don't have to spend a lot of time with people that aren't your cup of tea, but you need to be kind. My granddaughter was really badly bullied in grammar school. And one day I got all up in my grandma bear, which is so much worse than my mama bear ever was. And I had a conversation with the principal. And she said to me, I cannot make people like her. I said, I understand that, but you can make them leave her alone. If you really don't like somebody and you just, if you can't be kind, just leave them alone, right? I mean, I've been, I have to go back to this again. I've been at huge family gatherings where there were members of my family that I would avoid, right? If they greeted me, I would say hi, and then I would keep on moving, right? Always be kind. You don't have to spend your life with them, but you have to be nice. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday. I will be back on Thursday morning to wrap up this series with you. I'll see you then, friends. Bye now.